The thing is, I'm of sound mind. But that's their next plan. I've just heard their next plan. They're trying to get me sectioned. But I am of competent mind. As far as it goes to, as far as that goes, Shaz, I'll accept in a minute, alright? So, I'm erudite, you know what I mean? I'm erudite, I know what I'm talking about. The police know what I'm, I've dealt with the police, yeah. with calmly. So they can't section me, So I'm of sound mind, So, I mean, I've got a stress condition, but that's about it. Bad stress condition, but I've got a stress condition. I'm not going nuts. I'm angry, but I'm not going nuts. But this is what they, this is the lengths that this is the lengths that they're going to. Yeah? I know, look, darling, I know, right? PTSD, yeah, isn't affecting, my sanity. I mean, it affects me, yeah, in many different ways, but it doesn't affect my sanity, it doesn't affect my decision making, it doesn't affect my intelligence, okay? So, so I'm going to be phoning up 101 in a moment, again, and I want to update this case, about, they've cloned the account, they said I've threatened somebody, Meg, that is, when I haven't. They're the ones that are cloning the account. This is their plan. They're trying to get me sectioned. That will not happen. I can assure you. Alright? I mean, I'm stressed. Of course I'm bloody stressed. Because I'm dealing with these pigs. So I mean, it isn't the fact, I mean, all of you that have spoken to me, yeah, Joanne, I've not spoken to you over the phone yet, Neve, who else? Shaz, yeah, I've spoken to you, Joe, obviously, but this is what they're planning to do next. Right? To further try and fuck up my life. And this is where I'm coming, saying to you that this is the way they operate. Alright? This is what they do. I mean, if you have gone through what I've been through, you would be angry, alright? Don't confuse my anger with me going, nuts, yeah? So I'm not going nuts. I went a bit stir crazy over those 2 weeks. Now, if I can handle that 2 weeks and I'm back and I can, I've got the internet back and all of that, well, on this phone, if I've got all that, I'm relatively alright, you know, until my stuff does get returned. Because obviously, yeah, that's their latest. That's their latest plan. I've just heard. Okay, so I had to make a phone call quickly. You know, Peter Greenall's just had a call from the police. You know what I mean? Again, don't worry, that's been dealt with right now. I'm going to phone 101 in a minute, and I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to have to calm down a bit. You know, if I was going mad, that dog wouldn't be walked. You know what I mean. Yeah, I'm not eating at the moment. That's just down to stress. So there's a difference between stress and going mad. Yeah, because going mad, as in, yeah, not taking them, making out of mental health. I mean, 'cause I've obviously got complex post-traumatic stress disorder, so yeah, that's a mental health condition. So I mean, going cuckoo, if you like. I'm not going cuckoo. I know exactly what I'm on about. I know exactly what's been said. I know who's doing it. And they're trying to get me sectioned right now for some odd reason. Because they want me out of the way. Oh, okay. No, I bet you I would. Um, all it is, it's just it's distressing. Um, to see why the police haven't, taken their devices yet. It's distressing that I've, recorded this or shown the police things. Yeah, they've got my devices. They should be able to search through those devices and see where those phone calls have been coming from. Which is one thing. And take a look into that torture chamber, which is another thing that they can do. And then they can see the full extent of the abuse that's going on, because they're not only, the good news is that they're not only looking for child sexual abuse images on my devices, which is just sort of like plain ridiculous. Oh my god, that's laughable. That is one of the fucking. I mean, if it hadn't been so testing, yeah, it would be funny. It would actually be funny. If it, but it's just. It would actually be funny. But it's so ridiculous. But when they're gonna, I mean, basically, this is the situation as it stands. Do you know who I reckon ought to get sectioned? Kevin Ashley, for one. Yeah, because you don't make an allegation of that gravity, and on his live earlier, he did state that he made the report, and then and he made it up. I think he said he made it up, yeah, and then he withdrew it. Now, you don't withdraw a complaint of that magnitude, yeah? Because surely they've made the complaint, the police have come round, oh, and the rest of them have as well, obviously. Yeah, obviously, okay? They're the ones with the mental health problems. They're the ones that are twisted, they're the ones that are sick, and they're the ones that need locking up. Really. I'm not the one that's abusing other people's children. I'm not the one that's sending police around to people's houses. I'm not the one that's sharing phone numbers or addresses out. I'm not the one that's impersonated a police officer. I'm not the one that's caused people to self-harm. I'm not the one who has killed people. I'm not the one that's thrown bricks through a window. I'm not the one that has been operating and, a protracted hate campaign against individuals. I'm not the troll. Like I said, I did those cooking lives. I did those cooking lives to get the story out there, so I didn't have to read the comments. Yeah, I know I am, Neve. I know I am. They've made a cloned account of me. Well, I don't know when they did that. Threatened Meg and then said it was me. I mean, for crying out loud. But that's exactly what they've done to my Sanchez account. Now, when you think about this, right? I didn't like what Meg said, I blocked her. Right, that's it. Right? That's what normal, rational people do. Alright? That's what they do. I'm not the one that's cloned the accounts, and made false allegations of this magnitude and then withdrawn them. I'm not the one that abuses women and children. Yeah? They're the ones with mental health problems. Not me. No. My mind is still sharp. In fact, it's overly sharp due to CPTSD, because I'm always alert. So I'm always thinking, you know what I mean? I'm always thinking. Yeah, so their next plan is to try and get me set. Alright, my darling. Alright. Oh, let me know if they do anything else to you. Would you? And, they've ignored Heidi, they've ignored Angie, they've ignored Pete, they've ignored Joe, they're ignoring me. They've ignored Claire. They've ignored Leslie. I mean, when you think of it, yeah, Leatherland and Running Urine, that's Leatherland, and Public Toilet, that's Richie. They've already had written warnings from the police. So they've been trolling people, okay, to such an extent that all the police have done is to send them a strongly worded letter. Like, that's going to stop you. Like, you're, what? You know, what do you think that solves? I'm not the one with the mental health problems. I'm not the one that's offered to pay £250 for somebody to go over and smash Peter Greenall's head in. That was 2 short planks, and he'd done it live on video. Right? That's hiring a hitman. Isn't it? Yeah, my neighbours know I'm not mental. I know I'm not mental. I know I'm not sectionable at all. I'm angry. I feel a bit yelly because I'm so frustrated at the moment because they have not had their devices seized. Yeah, what they've done is they've dragged up because Ashley used to phone Peter Greenall up when he was doing his YouTube lives, and so did that Wayne Ritchie, abusing him over the phone. Unsolicited calls, mind you. Like the 5th time the police came. And that Ritchie was, I didn't know who it was just this number coming up. I said, oh, do you mind if I answer this? I said, this is one of the trolls. He said, oh, hello, this is... I said, who's that? I said, oh, hello, this is Wayne. That's the way he talks. That was my impression, but that's how he talks. Then I called him an expletive, and then he was going, oh, I've recorded that. I said, well, you can't record it. I said, it's against the law. It's against the Telecommunications Act of 1985. You got to ask me permission to record a phone call first, because basically, if you don't, it's inadmissible as evidence, you idiot. Why do I know that? Hang on. Fuck, I know why. I used to be a copper. Then I showed them the message from this former hunter. I'm not going to name him. Like I said, I don't name people that give me, information. Saying he quit hunting because of the bullying and the people had died. I showed them that. They said, oh, right. They said, we're going to have to send this up to investigations. The very morning. This is another one of the fucked up things that have happened. The very morning, they come round to take my devices. I'm on the phone to 101 saying, I've had over 700 phone calls from these cretins. Yeah, I said, I'd really like you to come and examine my devices, please. Yeah, or this device, not this one, but yeah, my main phone. Yeah. I was explaining to the operator that they can ping it. They can tell where the phone calls are coming from because they can ping the location from the tower, even although it's a private number. All right. So I was explaining that to him, and so they might want to take a look at it because I want to get to the bottom of who's giving me these crank calls. All right. Fair enough. Makes sense, doesn't it? You with me? I said, oh yeah, we'll send this up to investigations. That was the 5th time. Yeah, so Richie was caught red-handed, right, giving me funny phone calls. And then I'm still thinking, why hasn't anything been done about it? Like I said, they're very happy to nab shoplifters. Or people who, I mean, okay, if you're doing 120 down the motor, or even 100, or, even 80, 85, yeah, you deserve, yeah, fining. If you're driving too fast. I mean, do you know what? When I drive, which isn't very, well, I mean, I hardly drive, yeah. I do think about the planet, funnily enough. And I haven't been motivated to go anywhere over these last 6 months. I'll be honest with you. I've been in the doldrums, like, I've been sort of like quite depressed, and that's only because of the failure of my last relationship. And she had mega problems anyway, so it's probably for the best that she, Although I must admit the sex was excellent. Never mind. Oh yeah, I do miss the sex, mind. Anyway, right, you good boy. Should we go for walkies in a minute, shall we? We'll do that. After gonna do this, and then we'll phone. Then Daddy's got to phone the police. Then we'll go for walkies, and then we'll go and get you some din-dins. All right? Okay. Getting a bit excited now about the walkies, aren't you? Hey, good lad. Oi. Good boy. No, not yet. In a minute. In a bit. Good boy. Yes, okay, we'll go out in a moment, alright? It won't be too long. I've just got to go through here, then I've got to call the fuzz. I do. Well, as we call them now, the imbeciles. Isn't that right? That's exactly the way that they've dealt with this. Honestly, I'd rather have given it to, if they were still alive, bloody Oliver Hardy and Stan Oliver, Laurel and Hardy. Yeah, Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy, that's right. Yeah. To deal with it. Because do you know what? I'm bloody sure that those two would have made a better bloody job of it than these bunch of bloody idiots. So I've shown them all this evidence about this torture chamber. I've confirmed with them through this message that people have died because of their trolling. Yeah, there you are, having Ashley go on up. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then I'm going to, if we give it to Laurel and Hardy, yeah, I reckon they'd crack it. I reckon you could give it to the team, Dirty Sanchez, like those stuntmen from Wales. You could give it to them, they'd make a better bloody job of it. I mean, they might be sort of like hitting, sort of like burning each other and sort of like hitting people with golf clubs and whatever it is, you know what I mean? And golf balls and whatever it is. But I'm sure they'd do a better job of it too. Dirty Sanchez could probably solve this in 10 minutes. I mean, fucking hell, Donald Trump could probably work that out quicker than these fucking idiots could. And that's saying something. But hand it to the police. It's like... Yeah, so I've made no threats against them. I haven't ever made any threats against them. When I first got trolled, I wasn't used to it. I really wasn't used to it. And then I used to get angry in the old days, but then I just learnt to ignore it. Got my head down and started decoying, you know what I mean? Decoying, get my head down, doing it properly, you know what I mean? Not doing it properly because I was doing it properly anyway, but, you know, being able to concentrate and move forward with, yeah, with that. So yeah, their next plan is to try and get me sectioned. So I'm going to call the police now in a minute. And I'm going to tell them, well, this is what they're actually going to try next. And I'm going to say they've made a clone account of my account, Facebook account. And I said I've had to make a new one, obviously, because of this nonsense. So yeah, I'm going to preempt that rather quickly. And when this is all done, I'm going to sue the police. And after the police, I'm going to sue each and every single one of them individually. Or we might be able to take a, you know, all of us take a joint action against them. That's probably going to be easier. You know, so... Because it's harassment and alarm and distress. They're using the police as weapons. They're using the ambulance service as weapons. They're using tradespeople as weapons. Restaurant owners, takeaway owners. Sky satellite installers. And now they're trying to get mental health services to come and take me away. Take them away. Yeah. You know, and that ain't gonna happen. Actually, it's fine. No, they don't have a brain cell between them. You know? And the thing is, you know, I've told you how it's happened. They've cloned my Sanchez account. They've made up this bullshit conversation and they've mass reported it to the police. You know, now, they're saying that I've got mental health problems, yet they're behaving that way. Right? Now, who in their right mind makes a false allegation up about somebody having, yeah, child sex abuse material on this imaginary hard drive? Who else, right, goes at somebody like I said, you know, you had Heidi on the live earlier on, who has suffered a protracted hate campaign against her for 3 years. Now doing that, yeah, shows that they are the ones with mental health problems. Am I correct? They're the ones that can't control their emotions. They're not the ones that can control their behaviours either. And they're not the ones no, you know, I mean, I'm not the one that's calling police willy-nilly and getting them to call around to any of these fuckers' addresses. I'm not the one that's making these false allegations. You've got to have something mentally wrong with you to do that. And when it gets to a point where people are self-harming, then you are dangerous. And you need locking up because you're a danger to society. You know, I've done a few buggered up things in my past. That's my past, though. You know? And let's face it, you know what I mean? That was a paedophile. Let's not forget that. It wasn't in this country anyway, so... And if you think these fuckers are bad, you wait till you meet the Indians, please. Because they're chronic. Their answer to everything is a bit of bamboo. And they'll just keep hitting you with it. And they won't stop hitting you with it, they'll just hit you with it. They ain't going to have a conversation with you, they'll just hit you. And give you a bamboo massage. There's none of this sort of like, oh no, that's police brutality. They don't know. It's like you know, police brutality to the Indians is like policing. What we would consider policing in this country, you know, police brutality in this country, to the Indians, that's policing. Alright? So, you know, they're claiming that I've got mental health problems, yet they're the ones that are indulging in these behaviours. It's not immature, it's dangerous, sweetie. This is... Well, it is. I mean, it is immature. It's immature because obviously they haven't grown up, have they? They haven't learned how to be adults yet. And if they don't like somebody, what could they do? Yeah? Block them. Forget them. Get on with your own life. Be happy. Oh, no. That is not good enough for them. And they turn around and say, I've got mental health problems when they're doing this to people. But they're getting people to self-harm and they've killed people, obviously. So I've had confirmation to do that. I've had confirmation of it, you know what I mean? I'm not just saying that. I've got it, the police have seen it, and I don't know why they're not doing anything about it. So, when you get their mental health conditions doing that to other people, then obviously... they're the ones that need locking up. Am I correct? I know I'm right. When you make false allegations, like I said, if you make false allegations like that and you go to all the effort of making a cloned account and making up these allegations, then presenting it to the police, that means they're sick. They have got a mental health problem. So, this is what we're going to get at. And I'll tell you what, they'll probably use a mental health excuse as their defence in court. You watch. They are investigating that torture chamber. And as you can see, you know, Shaz said earlier that she watches all my lives, yeah, and she knows that I haven't, and so, you know, so do others, and she knows I haven't threatened any single one of them. I haven't called the police on any single one of them. I haven't sent anybody thing around to any of their houses. I haven't sent police around to their houses. I haven't made any false allegations against them. I've made the right allegations against them. But I haven't made false allegations against them. And the reason why they're trying so hard, to get me shut down is because they know what I'm saying is true. But when you do something to psychologically harm somebody into harming themselves, then, unfortunately, I'd hate to break this to you, but you're the ones with the mental health problems, not me. They made that clone account up, yeah? Then they sent Meg. I still don't know the content of that bloody message that Meg received, actually. Yeah, because I certainly didn't bloody threaten her, and I haven't got a clue what was said. To annoy the team, to let the team think that I'd been threatening Meg, in order to divide. Or to try to make me lose some credibility with that team. That's mental health problems. I've got complex post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a stress condition. Yeah, it is a mental health disorder. But I'm not about to hang myself from the rafters or harm myself or harm anybody else. Yeah, they want to turn the tables and say that I've got the mental health problems. Now, if I did, right, perhaps I'd start indulging in some of these behaviours that they're exhibiting. As I'm not, where are you going to go with this then? Yeah? I mean, I know the trolls are listening. Kevin Ashley contacting me, yesterday through his Tony Adams account. Tony Adams, I think you'll remember, he was a football with a gambling and drug problem. He used to play for England and Arsenal. And Ashley's an Arsenal supporter. Funny that, I'm a Tottenham supporter. So's that Malone. Never mind. I won't stop supporting them just because of that. I've supported them since I was a kid. See, that's what the police done. I can't be asked to put it back up then, so I've got to get a face mask. Because obviously that's fiberglass. And I don't want to breathe it in. They didn't put it back. So... I know I didn't. I know I didn't. I know that 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 I know I didn't. Yeah? They did through a cloned account. But this is just another attempt for them to get the police round here and to seize this device. And they're saying that I've got mental health problems? So they're not only trying it once, they're trying it twice. To have armed police turn up at somebody's door. They've done that. They're the ones with the mental health problems. Well, I'm not, really, Amy, I'll be honest with you. It's the police's inglorious inaction. They're blaming the wrong people. They're picking on the wrong people. They're picking on the victims of them rather than the perpetrators. Yeah? They're weaponising the police. They're wasting police time. So don't go around trying to accuse me of having mental... Well, I do have, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, yeah? Which is a mental health problem. It's a mental health condition. I have panic attacks, night terrors, can't sleep, hypervigilance. Hypervigilance. Do you know what that means? Yeah? I'm always thinking, I'm always aware. Yeah? Hypervigilance means I'm always aware of my surroundings. That's how bloody dumb they are. So I'm not the one with, you all, between you, have severe mental health problems. To go this far, to have, hate campaigns for 3 years, honestly? And you're the ones now turning around and telling me that I've got mental health problems and you're going to try and get me sectioned? Fucking idiots. No, Shaz. Yeah? Don't do that because, basically, I have got to have no communication. Well, if I can avoid it, no communication with them. Yeah, especially direct communication. So I'd rather that not happen. And if they do, I'm just going to ignore it. Okay. So, I've got complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, yeah, hypervigilance. That means I'm very, very aware of I've almost got eyes in the back of my fucking head. You know? That's how vigilant I am. That's how aware I am of my surroundings. Yeah? So to be sectionable, yeah, under the Mental Health Act, you wouldn't be aware of your surroundings and you'd be a danger to yourself or others. And they're a danger to others. I think through my last live with that what Heidi told you, that's the lengths that they go to abuse people that have been sexually abused themselves. And this is the other thing about it. Alright? Yeah, I know the law, darling, alright? I don't I'm not gonna contact them. Right? This is the things I've got to do. I mustn't contact them. I mustn't knowingly contact them. It's like that Tony Adams yesterday, obviously, first of all, wasn't sure who it was. Yeah, but obviously I clicked pretty quickly. I'm not the one that's impersonated a police officer. Yeah? That's mental health problems. Abusing people to the point where they hurt themselves. That's dangerous. Psychological errors, that is. That's dangerous. So you keep on painting your bloody little pictures in your imaginary little heads, you lot, you know what I mean? And keep on making up this bullshit that you are, because the thing is, you're the ones that are sick, not me. You're the one with the mental health problems, not me. You are. I mean, don't you sort of just sit back and think, what am I doing to people? And they don't, because people with mental health problems aren't aware of what they are doing to themselves and to other people, especially because of their mental health problems. That's why. Because I've told the truth about that shitty little chat not shitty little chat, that awful chat. That's not, that disgusting chat, whether you're on about the rape and abuse of children. Then that's a mental health problem. If you talk about or you relish in conversing about raping children, which everybody that I named revel in, then obviously, isn't that a mental health problem? Accusing somebody with hypervigilance, one of the factors of my condition, yeah? And people people who have true, it's like have really gone cuckoo, they're not aware of their surroundings. They don't know what they're doing. Like, I know I haven't eaten for 2 days. I know I need to eat, yeah? So I do know I need to eat. I will try and eat. Whether I'm successful or not, I don't know, but I will try and eat something when I obviously get back in after taking him for a walk. But that's the mental health problems that they've got. Yeah? And I bet you, right? So they're gonna get caught. Don't worry about it. They will get caught. And if they turn around and blame mental health problems, I'm just gonna sit back in wherever I'm sat. Yeah? In the public gallery, and I'm just gonna sit there agog. Oh well, what did Kevin Ashley blame that phone bill on? Oh, I know what he blamed it on. Mental health problems. Now, that's how the worm turns, you see. Oh, my girlfriend left me, that's why I did it, yeah? I was feeling down, I was feeling lonely, yeah? I had mental health problems, so I ran up a £147,000 phone bill. So what? You used that as a defence then? You used, right, you too short-planked idiot, right? Your mental health problems to justify to the court, or to justify, or to whatever it was, yeah, or to justify your actions doing that. I was lonely, my girlfriend just left me. Yeah? I needed the company. You needed to do that, mate. That's what you're sorry. That. You needed to do that, mate. You know what I mean? That's what you needed to do. You needed to do that a lot, didn't you? And that's precisely the action that you take. So, therefore, what you're saying to me, right, is you're accusing me of having mental health problems when you've already admitted in defence that you've got mental health problems. It's just alarming. Isn't it? I've got a phone call. Do excuse me, I'm going to have to shoot off, alright? I'll catch you in a minute.